Sonar where bad media from the past needs a beating. And thank God we are at the end! And thank God we are at the end of this whole fuck fest.
Hey, Marionema!
Hey, wait, is my TV talking to me? Okay, how the fuck are you on? I thought I unplugged you. Did you magically plug yourself back in? How is that?
Well, you don't need a card when you're operating from the digital world.
Okay, I'll wrap things up before I can finally seal your portal to the computer world before it starts any more shit! Alright. Let's get back to it. As they get back from the world tour, that just surprisingly over within the next day, they then discovered that along with the disappearing monsters that happened around Christmas time, a bunch of children are now mysteriously disappearing from the world, which in other terms can actually be the digital world.
Oh, there is one other thing that happened that still has me concerned. I was out eating lunch when I met this very strange fellow.
What was that, Mom?
He spoke about odd things. He said to me what happened 3 years ago isn't finished yet.
Huh?
And I know you may not believe this, but...
And this is the part that really pisses me off out of complete nonsense. I mean, we then figure out why Ken basically traveled back and forth between the digital world and his world. And you're not gonna believe this. When he was there, he was somehow implanted with a spore in him. That just controlled his mind for some odd reason. And that probably made him corrupt to where he turned into a Digimon Emperor. But if he did travel to the digital world, then how come his parents were just hysterical on losing him when he just traveled back and forth there on an annual basis? And yet, doesn't time pass by much quicker than the real world? Where did that plot drastically take its turn? But the hunt is actually now on this guy with gray skin named Oikawa who really desperately wants to go to the digital world more than ever.
Ever since I first saw you, I knew you had something special. A dark spirit deep inside. If I planted the dark spore, I knew that it would be able to grow.
You're not making a lot of sense. What dark spore?
Okay, now how the hell is he supposed to appear as some random pale guy in a trench coat? He looks like a gothic homeless person. And if not the type I would actually want to deal with. And he's now really hunting for kids with spores planted in them. Okay, how the hell can he identify if these kids have spores in them? I mean, can't he just pick up any emo kid and just take him with him and just kidnap them? And at the same time, more Digimon start invading the city. And thank God there's only one more couple more scenes with this loud, obnoxious music that never shuts the fuck up! Oh, and then, the older Digidestins, tend to help out once again. Oh, and does anyone notice anything particular here? Looks like Matt and Sora are now an item. No, seriously, look. I mean, from then on, he's constantly by her side whenever their Digimon is battling. I mean, he's just standing there like he's protecting her. And if you're still not convinced, look at fucking June. Davis' sister even mentions that.
Matt's history. I saw him with another woman. It was at Matt's concert when that big disgusting monster burst into the auditorium, and all the chaos. I was waiting for Matt to save me, but instead he went right to her. Sora!
Yeah, I can tell why Matt was not into you, lady. You gotta lose that spiky lesbian haircut. Guys typically are not interested in losing their virginity to those types. Okay, and so we later get a glimpse of why Oikawa wanted so badly to go in the digital world. He must be a very sensible guy trying to allow grown-ups to go in the digital world because of that stupid-ass rule that basically had no reason. Turns out that his father that had died a while back was best friends with Oikawa, and they were discovered the digital world while they were playing video games in their fucking childhood. Now, the reason I have a big problem with this is that video games and digital technology did not date back 30 years! What, did they discover the digital world in the world of Pong?
A home Pong console, so you can play it at home. And then there is another one, and another one, and another one.
And if they did, how the hell were they able to meet this? And so Oikawa gets a hold of a lot of the abducted children that have spores in them in order for them to show him the way to the digital world. Oh, and check this out. The card combination he uses is just slightly different from the one Tai used when he used to get back into the real world. And guess where it leads?
What are you saying? Of course it's the digital world.
No, it's wrong.
What?
Oh my god, they enter the world of Felix the Cat movie! It leads to a bizarre mindfuck war, a bizarre mindfuck dimension, to where there's a bunch of feelings and dreams that's made up of a bunch of feelings and dreams that kids have, and that serves a link between the real world and the digital world. Really? Does the imagination and nightmares of kids all really meet up again in this big clusterfuck that looks like the table scraps for Bubsy 3D?
No! I slept too long!
How the hell does that link to the digital world? Do feelings and emotions have something to do with digital technology? How the fuck does that work? And then, oh, what the fuck?
You can forget the digital world, Oikawa. It is beyond your reach now. You will never see it again, even in your dream.
Wait, do all Digimon that die in the real world go to this world? If so, why isn't Wizardmon here or something? And if Myotismon actually did go there, why the fuck are only his lips showing? This thing is fucking creepy.
Oh, and bite me, it's fun. I thought you liked that lips like this.
Is it me, or do I just have a really filthy mind? It kind of makes me think that he's demanding a blowjob or something. And so then, him and, he transformed into another form of Biotismon. And for some reasons, this breaks open a barrier to, the real world. And guess what happens? You're not gonna believe this. How they're able to defeat the new version of Myotismon.
How about you? A baseball player. I've always wanted a bakery. I love the smell of fresh bread.
I wanted to draw comic books, but everyone used to laugh at me, so I gave up on it.
I wish to be a number doctor. I wish to be a saltwater drinker. I wish to be a plumber that jumps around sewers in inner dimensions. I want to be a little princess dog. Because I get to be pretty and spoiled, that's why. Bow down, missy. That's right. The children all say positive things about themselves and their future, and their digivices, whether they are stopwatches or walkie-talkies, they shine from all over the globe and vaporize him. And we cut to 25 years in the future, and remarkably, they followed their exact dreams and they're all famous. What a coincidence! And then we see the kids all grown up and have their own kids who are all Digidestins.
One thing has remained the same, our friendship. We all still get together, and those gatherings are some of the happiest times of my life.
Have fun with us from now on, because all these characters, you know what? You are never seeing them again. Isn't that great?
No, be fully immersed into my truly digital fuck-up world. You will never escape.
No, I'm not going in to your world, computer!
Oh, what should I guy you play with next when you're in your tour. You'll never shut me down!
Shut up! It's the only way to close the portal to the digital world forever before it starts making any more shit! This whole show was just fucked up as shit! I mean, on top of the storyline that didn't make any sense with big gaping plot holes, there's basically screwed up sound effects and, no wait. A poor pick of background noises. Well, I explained it in my top 5 worst Digimon moments. Okay, let's recap. Why do you think Digimon was such a train wreck? Well, to begin off, it didn't really start as a train wreck, as it did phenomenally well in Japan. And the American and the stupid ass Americans just completely ruined it. Now you're saying, well, Mario Nama, I know you hated Digimon to its guts when you were a kid and don't really feel any different like now. You gotta think of more positive things to this show. Well, there's only a few positive points out that I will throw out to you. One is the original Japanese. I mean, it got almost everything right aside from the huge gaping plot holes of the story that doesn't make any sense. I mean, the setting of a parallel world was alright. But they didn't really explain very well. The story still sucked. I mean, but however, the dub on the hand was just atrociously bad and annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's so bad it makes the original Japanese look like a masterpiece. And it's mediocre at best despite the high ratings it got in Japan.